What's going on, everyone? It's been 2.5 months since I went to Aftershock in Sacramento, California, and I still haven't talked about it yet. So I think it's time to do my reviews of each day for Aftershock finally. So that's what we're gonna be doing. This one's gonna be a little length, probably a little long, but yeah. So Aftershock 2022 Day One review. Let's do it. So Aftershock is held in Sacramento, California, in the United States. October, I think it was 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 6, October 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. So, yeah. And I'm going to go through all the bands I saw and my opinions of them and whatnot and things like that. So, yeah. So, let's get started. So, this is day one. So, yeah. First off, let's start with the bands, I guess. So, the first band was a band called Solence. They're a rock band from somewhere in the U.S. They were like almost alternative rock. They're actually pretty good. They had some like catchy tunes and stuff like that. But overall, they're just starting out. But they're for a band that's just starting out opening it, they were actually pretty good for opening up the festival. So I was pretty impressed with them. I'm gonna give them a 2.5 out of 5 just because it just seemed like standard rock to me. Second one, the next band. There's 4 stages, by the way. So they open up the main stage, and then there's a side stage where a band called Vended played. They're like a metalcore band from somewhere in the U.S. It's actually like Corey Taylor's son and someone else's kid playing it. They're pretty standard metalcore, though. There's nothing really too defining about them yet. They're just starting out. They have quite the reputation and stuff, though. So yeah, I thought they're okay. I only saw a little bit of their set because I went to go get merch during their set. So yeah, but they were pretty standard. So I'll give them a 2.5 as well. Next up was Ego Kill Talent. They're a rock band from Brazil. I missed this whole set because I was standing in line for merch the whole time. And so I couldn't tell you how they were. So I can't give you a rating on them, but from what I've heard online and stuff like that, and like their music videos and stuff, they seem alright. So but then Dead Sarah came on. They're an alternative rock band, I guess. This is my second time seeing them. They're from Los Angeles, California, in the States, and yeah, they're not too bad. They not really my thing, but they have some pretty good hooks and stuff like that, and they know what they're doing. Last time I saw them, they're more like a rap rock group. This time it's more alternative rock or something like that. So, yeah, it's a little weird. They're very experimental and stuff, so they're pretty interesting. I'll give them a 3 out of 5. Then there's a band called Super Bloom. They're an alternative rock band from somewhere in the U.S. Didn't really care for these guys. They just sounded like standard rock to me. Nothing too special or anything like that. Not really my thing. So I kind of just like watched half their set and then continued on because the next band I really like and wanted to check out. So yeah, I'm gonna give Super Bloom a 2 out of 5. Crown the Empire was up next on the main stage. They're a metalcore band from Dallas, Texas. They definitely know what they're doing. I have their Sun and Sky album, which is like my favorite album by them and stuff. And they're a good band. They're still like in their starting out phase and stuff like that. But overall, I thought they were pretty well done. And they definitely know what they're doing and stuff. There's a lot of good movement and everything. They definitely had a lot of fun and atmosphere. You could tell they wish they had a longer set to play, but because they were just having fun on stage. So I wish they had a longer set because once you got in the groove and them getting going, then all of a sudden you have to stop, and then it continues on. But yeah, Crown of the Empire was great. This is the first band of the day that I actually wanted to see, so yeah, they're really good. I'll give them a 4 out of 5. Next up was a group called TP Houston. They're an alternative rock band from the U.S. Did not care for these guys at all. Was not into it. They're just some generic type of rock. Yeah, band. Nothing real satisfying or anything like that to them. To me, they're just an okay rock band, I guess. So I give them probably a 2 out of 5 as well. Then on the Cola stage was like the second main stage. Ice Nine Kills came out. They're a pretty popular new wave American heavy metal or metalcore band from Boston, Massachusetts. Um, yeah, this is my second time seeing Ice Nine Kills, and to be honest, I do not care for them. They have like cool horror themes and stuff. Like they have a scene of like the vocalist dressed up as Pennywise the clown attacking the kid and it and stuff like that, and stuff. But like their songs are so boring and bland and whiny and not really my thing. So they do have quite the following though. So, but for me, uh, they weren't that great. It was like the exact same set I saw them last year, Louder Than Life. So, did not really care for them, and haven't really got into them at all. So I give them a 3 because they have some cool theatrical stuff and things like that. But overall, not that great. But halfway through their set, there's a band called Fit for an Autopsy that came on. They're a deathcore band from from Jersey City, New Jersey. I've never actually seen these or heard these guys before, but when I watch them, they're actually pretty good. They have some really good breakdowns and stuff, and really cool things. You can tell they were like the heaviest band so far of the day, and you could tell they knew that. And yeah, but I had a lot of fun watching them. So they're definitely an interesting group. And they had some pretty cool songs. So I'm going to give Foot for an Autopsy a 3.5 out of 5. Nothing More was on the main stage. They're a rock group from San Antonio, Texas. They were okay. They had like one song I knew of, and that was cool because I didn't really even know it was them. And they have some pretty good songs and lyrics targeting certain type of problems and things, and yeah, they're very good at that. Overall they were entertaining enough, but still not really my thing, but they were still somewhat interesting, so I'll give them a 3 out of 5. Being a metalhead, this is a rock festival, so most of the stuff I'm probably not going to be into, but yeah. But halfway through their set, there's 4 stages, so I only got to see like half of each band, but yeah, one of my favorite bands was coming on, and that was the groove metal band Prong from New York City, New York. These guys are awesome. This is my second time seeing them. Yeah, they definitely have like a lot of good grooves and like old school Sepultura type of guitars riffs and stuff like that. The vocalist is a little bit of a dick, but overall it's still a good performance and a lot of fun. I'm going to give Prong a 4 out of 5 for their live performance. Ghostmane was on one of the main stages, or on the Cola stage there, the second main stage. He's obviously a rapper. It's almost new metalish sort of style. One of these new sort of like battle rappers and stuff like that. He's from Lake Worth, Florida. Yeah, I wasn't into this guy anyway at all. He basically just mumbled all his songs, and he covered a lot of like classic like metal songs and things like that, but you could definitely tell he didn't really fit the bill. But definitely not my thing. I don't know how people listen to this stuff. But yeah, it was amusing watching some of it, but overall it was pretty disappointing. So I'm gonna give Ghostmane a 2 out of 5. Up next was Poor Stacy, which is a hip hop group from Palm Beach, Florida. It was interesting seeing a hip hop group because like I just watched Ghostmane and then I come over and Poor Stacy's playing, and yeah, they're okay. Nothing new. Most of these bands are just bands that are emanating. It seems like what they grew up listening to, which is fine, but not really putting anything super new, like a new spin on it or anything like that. I wasn't really into them. 2 out of 5 because at least they were somewhat amusing. Killswitch Engage was after that on the main stage. This is my 6th time seeing Killswitch, and yeah, I'm kind of getting tired of Killswitch live, but they're at like every festival all the time. They're a metalcore band from Westfield, Massachusetts. Now, I like Killswitch as a band. Just seeing them live 6 times was overkill for me. But they still had a lot. They played all their good songs. They had a lot of fun. The crowd had a lot of energy. They were still pretty decent. So, yeah, 4 out of 5 for them. Next was Cherry Bombs, which is a performing arts group that basically does like circus style acts and stuff to like rock music and things from somewhere in the States. It was really interesting. I thought they were a band, but nope, they're like a cheerleader group for rock music. That was pretty interesting and amusing. I only watched a little bit of their set because Stone Temple Pilots was playing on the other stage and I had to go check them out. But yeah, they were pretty amusing, interesting, and definitely a good way to change up the day than just watching band after band after band. So yeah, they had a pretty good performance, so I'll give them a 3 out of 5. Like I said, Stone Temple Pilots played. They're an alternative rock band from San Diego. Um, they're really good. This is my second time seeing them. Last time I saw them was at Rocklahoma in 2018. Yeah, they played. They were actually heavier than I remember live, and they played all their classic hits and stuff like that. They definitely had a lot of good energy and a good time to come out because it was around dinner time. It was like 6 o'clock or something like that when they came out and played. Sun was starting to set and that, and yeah, they definitely took it to the next because they were basically the first of all the big bands of the day, and so yeah, it was a lot of fun rocking out to them. I'll give them a 3.5 out of 5. On one of the side stages, there's a group called Royal and the Serpent. They're like an alternative rock band from New Jersey. Didn't really care for them. They had really whiny vocals that did not fit their style, I thought. And they're trying to do something new, but I think they still need to work on it. So, but overall, they weren't that great. So I'm going to give Royal and the Serpent a 2.5 out of 5. Then the big band started coming out. So on the main stage, they had Evanescence, which obviously is a new metal or gothic rock group now from Little Rock, Arkansas. This is my second time seeing them. They were really good. They definitely honed their craft. They haven't really had any big new hits or anything like that, but they definitely played all their classics and everything. And yeah, they did have like a good production and everything like that, and they came out and owned it. I'm going to give them a 4.5 out of 5. They're pretty impressive. Then on one of the side stages is a good old fellow Canadian band, Alexis on Fire. They're a post-hardcore band from St. Catharines, Ontario, which is actually like only like 45 minutes from where I live now. And yeah, this is my second time seeing them. This is a smaller set than I'm used to seeing them play. This is my second time seeing them, and overall they played pretty well. They definitely were heavier than I remember, and they did have a lot of fun. I know they're not huge into the Canadian government thing and stuff like that. Because like someone had a Canadian flag and they're like, put that Nazi-ish flag away. It's crazy stuff like that. And but overall, they were a lot of fun and good. I'll give them a 4 out of 5. Then there was the legendary Rob Zombie. This is my 5th time seeing Rob Zombie live. He's like a new wave of American heavy metal, shock rock type of guy from Haverhill, Massachusetts, I think that's where it is. But yeah, anyways, Rob Zombie's great. Rob Zombie's always going to be a good Rob Zombie. Definitely live, heavy, good grooves and everything like that. Played all the standard songs and stuff, and just a lot of fun. The whole crowd was into it and to have a good time. A lot of fun. Always a fun time seeing Rob Zombie. So if Rob Zombie gets a 4.5 out of 5. Code Orange was on the side, closing off one of the side stages. Because, yeah, well, they're a hardcore group from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is like my 4th time seeing them, or 3rd. I think it's my 3rd time seeing them. But yeah, I never got huge into them. They had some decent songs, but boy, did they come out with attitude and stuff. And yeah, and now the vocalist who used to be the drummer, they have a different drummer now, and they have a keyboardist now, so it was a little different, but they still had a decent, amusing set. So I'm going to give them a 3 out of 5. Then the final 2 bands were on. So Bad Religion played a side stage. They're a punk rock band. I actually just got into them, so watching this was the first time I saw them. They had some pretty catchy like pop punk almost style choruses and stuff. I know they have some old school, more aggressive style punk sound too. They're from Los Angeles, California, and they were pretty decent. I only watched like half their set because the headliner was coming on, and I really wanted to see them. So, but still, Bad Religion was pretty good. They get a 3 out of 5. And then finally, the headliner of the first night was Slipknot from Iowa, and they're a new metal band, or the new wave of American heavy metal band. And I don't think I really need to tell you about Slipknot because Slipknot's really popular right now. And boy, their live set kills all the time. Really good. This is only my second time seeing them, but hands down, definitely one of the best performance of the day. A lot of fun. There's like 20 mosh pits going on in the field and everything, and overall it was just a great performance. Definitely they know how to hone their craft and put on a great show, so they're gonna get a 5 out of 5 from me. Overall, the day one was a lot of fun, and some pretty good bands. It wasn't huge on most of the opening bands, but overall I still thought it was really good. Day two has pretty much most bands I like playing, and then the days go on, but there's a lot more surprising performances coming on in the next few days. But yeah, but also at Aftershock they had one merch tent for all the bands, but they had it like the cattle line sort of setup for it, which went well. But if you went the first day, you'd miss like one band or two. So I missed a set and a half because I waited 45 minutes to go get merch. So, but yeah, just different festival, different style setup, and yeah, so just learning that. So just be aware of that if you go. And they did have a lot of cool stuff set up. There's a lot of good food there. There was some cool like Art Deco stuff around throughout the field, throughout the venue and stuff. There's 4 stages, so there's a lot of bands. So I only got to see like half of each band. I try to see every band when I go to a festival. So yeah, but overall, still a great day. I give it a 4. The full day performance, probably a 4 out of 5. It was pretty well organized and stuff, but there's a lot more to come because I have 3 more days to talk about. So make sure you ring that bell, subscribe, and I'll link all the bands that I talked about in this video down below so you can check that out. And but yeah, but that's it for this video. Tune in for day 2. Let me know your thoughts of day 1 of Aftershock if you were there, and if you're excited to go this year and stuff in the comments. Make sure you subscribe, ring that bell, like this video, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. So until then, rock on. Don't forget to support the bands you like, buy their music, go see them live, buy their merch, keep them around, and yeah, enjoy it. So until then, cheers.